Yeah, I mean, you were. Should I talk about you in the third person? Okay, you were I mean, consummate professional. I think where your talents are best suited is sort of making the couple comfortable. And for me, I was, there's a lot going on the day of the wedding, and I wasn't necessarily sort of in the mood in many ways to be photographed. But you and your team came, and you immediately put us at ease. And you weren't just the photographer. In many ways, you were a part of the wedding. And I think that's a tremendous sort of difference and sort of what makes you stand. I'm aside from your professionalism and your talent and your obvious eye for detail. Those are sort of the things that really made me happy with our selection with you.
No, I agree with all of that. Also, it's very clear that you're passionate about your work. With the way you took your shots, to the way you got us to pose, and even in the presentation of our photos, you're clearly very passionate.
Yeah, you didn't just show up and just sort of take photo. I mean, you very much, and without being, you weren't aggressive or bossy in any way, but you knew what you wanted to get, and now that we've seen the photos, we're very satisfied with the final product.
Both of you guys.
My favorite image is the one where in the hotel room and you got Tyler to say something in my ear, and he said something stupid, but it got a smile out of me, and we're both smiling and looking off into the distance.
I would say my favorite photo.
My crying face.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Michelle's crying face. It was a moment. It was a special moment, and she doesn't cry a lot. And to be able to sort of capture her in a way in which she's crying but also looks beautiful, I think is impressive. But I think my other favorite photo, it's hard to say, is the one where we're both dancing. There's a couple of shots in there, but it caught the obvious sort of vibe of the night, and I don't know, it was very special. Everybody wants to be a photographer, right? But there are very few people that actually are, and I think it's not just, of course, your talent, but also your personality, and that's super important on a day of a wedding. You don't want somebody who is stressing you out, but you were this perfect combination. I would tell them you're the perfect combination of sort of calm and professionalism. So that would be my recommendation.
And you captured our wedding day perfectly.
Absolutely.
When you show us the narrative, it's like, yeah, we're back at the day.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing, is that you don't just hire the photographer for the wedding, right? But to sort of the presentation afterwards, which is not something a lot of people think of.
Narrative?
Yeah, is the narrative, and even sort of the thought process that goes into how to present these photos.
I mean, it's seeing the photo. So it was a not serious answer. The guy wearing the same suit as you, seeing.
Well, that's a real thing. Could we put them next to each other?
That you actually get a photo of my mom smiling, because she was not. She was super stressed out about smiling in a photo.
Yeah. I think for me, it was sort of experiencing the night. In a very different way, sort of being able to sort of look in rather than sort of being in it, which I think is special, and it sort of really, it feels, we've spending the money that we spent and the energy and the time and the stress, and to see it sort of well documented like that, makes you feel like it was all worth it.